What's up, fragrant world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production.
Just a little heads up, this is an older video, hence why my haircut has been undone, but I promise you, I don't look this bad in real life as I'm speaking. Hope you enjoy the video.
And today we got a little house overview. We're talking about the House of Amouroud. This is a relatively new fragrance house. They were started back in 2016. And they actually have a parent company that is a perfume brand as well that is much older, called the Perfumer's Workshop. And that brand was started in 1971. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Starting with Amouroud, based in New York City. They were generous enough to send me a few fragrances. I've talked about one of them so far, so you're gonna see some of the other ones they sent me. There's some really good stuff in here, so I'm happy you're here. Real quick, my name is JC. I make fragrance content. If you like videos like this, then make sure you hit that like button so that me and YouTube knows that you like this kind of content. And please subscribe if you have not already. Hit that bell so you get notified when I upload so you don't miss a video. We're gonna start with two fragrances they sent me from their White Woods collection, which I believe has some of their newest releases in it. Now the first one up, I have talked about this recently in my top 10 vetiver fragrances video. You can check that out here. And this one is called Lunar Vetiver. Here's the presentation. You got the box, nice little metal plaque on that, which is kind of cool. You don't see that on a box all that often. You're going to see the Perfumer's Workshop logo on top. Again, that's the parent company. Nothing on the sides, but pretty high quality stuff here. And the bottle, I think, is beautiful. Kind of like almost a white ceramic looking thing, but it is glass. And, you know, heavy metal cap, nice and gold. Perfumer's Workshop logo on the top. Again, the parent company. And it's hard to tell, but in the light, this stuff, you can tell the juice is actually kind of green, even though the bottle just looks white, which is cool. Now, again, I have talked about this in my top 10 vetiver fragrances video. And this is currently my favorite vetiver based scent. This is an interesting take. It is quite earthy and fresh, as you would expect from vetiver. It has a little bit of a woodiness to it. But there's a ton of spice in here. You got pink pepper, you got pimento in here, like the chili pepper. So it is very spicy when you first spray it on, but it's juxtaposed as that spice kind of lingers away. You get this beautiful sweetness from tonka bean and from vanilla that comes up through the heart and through the base. You're not gonna get it when you first spray it on, but let it dry 15-20 minutes and that sweetness starts coming out, and this is a beautiful scent. It has been captivating me. I haven't really smelled a vetiver based scent that smells just like this. Performance is decent. All of these are eau de parfum. No, this is actually a parfum. This is actually a parfum concentration, so it is a little bit denser than eau de parfum. This is gonna last you on the skin at least 10 hours, no problem. It's not gonna project like crazy because heavier scents typically don't push off the skin very much. They're not all that diffusive. The spices are pretty diffusive when they first come on, but overall it is going to sit in your bubble. When people come near you, they will smell it, and it is just interesting. The quality is gorgeous. This is one I definitely recommend checking out. I can wholeheartedly say you should check this out if you enjoy vetiver. That's Lunar Vetiver. Okay, next one up. This is a newer release in their White Woods collection. And this one is stirring the pot quite a bit. A lot of people seem to dig this. This is called Wet Stone. Here's the bottle. Same presentation as with the Lunar Vetiver. All the White Woods, they all come in this kind of presentation, all white. I'm actually gonna spray this on a blotter here just to remind myself of this opening. This is one of those fragrances that it smells both familiar but unusual at the same time. Now I gotta say, it smells fantastic on the paper. I do like this scent a lot. I've given it a few full wearings. I really enjoy it. Funnily enough, I enjoy it more on the paper than I do on my skin, but I still like it on my skin. And that is something to note about blotters. Don't be fooled. They get you, especially with the citruses. They will fly off of the paper and they'll be so much fresher and brighter than you would ever get on your skin. So you get bergamot, I think maybe even some lemon in here. But immediately there's something strange in there. It's like, okay, it is citrus aromatic, but there's something in there that's different. Salt. There's a saltiness in here. There's a bit of a mineral accord in here as well. Makes it kind of earthy. There's some spices in the heart, like ginger, I think cardamom. Just some ambergris in the dry down, which does bring kind of a musky saltiness. So salt is kind of present throughout. A mineral saltiness is what I get from Whetstone. With a tiny bit of a sweetness. I'm not sure where the sweetness comes from. And I think the spices really kind of keep the scent alive. I gotta say, it doesn't really remind me of Whetstones or anything like that, but the mineral aspect of it does kind of conjure some images of, you know, kind of being outdoors, perhaps in nature. It's nice. It is a beautiful scent and it's quite unique. I've never smelled anything quite like this. And similar to Lunar Vetiver, performance is going to be no slouch. Not going to project all that much, but it will sit in your bubble for a long while. Again, maybe 8 to 10 hours or more, depending on your skin chemistry. But Whetstone is also one to check out. There's a reason why it's getting so much buzz. So make sure you look into it for yourself, see what you think. Now, real quick, if you want to check any of these out before I continue, I forgot to mention this in my Vetiver video. I did put it in the description and in a pinned comment, but Amouroud is offering you a discount on these fragrances. If you use the code STAYFRESH20, you can save yourself 20% off of these fragrances on their website, at least from the original collection and from the White Woods collection. I'm going to talk about one from the original collection in a second. So again, that link will be down in the description with the code. Check it out. The next one up, we're going vintage here. This fragrance actually came out in 1977. This has been out for 40 years, something like that. And when it came out, it was a total hit and it's been popular ever since. Technically, this is one for the ladies. This was originally a women's scent, but if you love rose in general, then this is one you gotta smell. And this actually comes from the Perfumer's Workshop, the original parent brand. When they started, this was one of their first offerings, and this is called Tea Rose. Some of you might be familiar with this scent. Again, it's been around a long time. It probably has changed a little bit in terms of the formula, but I believe the scent is intact. It has great reviews online if you check it out. And it is a rose scent, primarily rose. Now there's quite a few other facets to it. You got some woods in there, some amber apparently. You have peony, you have tuberose, and of course rose, and maybe some citrus as well. But ultimately what this smells like, if I were to sum it all up, it smells like a fresh bouquet of roses, but you're also smelling the leaves and the stems of the rose. There's a green herbaceousness to that rosiness, and it's a fresh rose. It's not jammy, it's not really sweet. It's more of a fresh, kind of airy rose, but with a nice kind of dense, herbaceous, slightly earthy quality. It does have a bit of a warmth to it. Yeah, it's a really beautifully high quality rose. At least for Tea Rose, this is quite a bit less expensive than the other collections that Amouroud offers. So they are offering you a discount on this one too, but it's Stay Fresh 10. That's gonna get you $10 off of the original price of this, because it's under $100 for a full bottle. So you get $10 off the price, you Stay Fresh 10. I don't get any kind of kickback or anything. It's just a discount for you to check out Tea Rose. So again, ladies, you might want to look into this one. Fellas, those of you who are into rose, check it out. Great high quality fresh rose, perfect for, I would say, you know, summer days when it's not too hot. Definitely the spring, this is beautiful. So that's Tea Rose. Okay, up to the last one, and this might be my favorite of the bunch. It's hard to tell because it is nothing like any of the others. This is totally in another direction in terms of scent profile. I also just love the color as well. I think this looks so classy. From Amouroud, this is from their original collection. We have, this is the box to Eau de Jour. Again, there's your plate, black outfit here. And there's the bottle. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the black bottle. This is an opulent scent. I'm gonna spray this on to remind myself of this opening, because this stuff, oh man, okay. Raspberry. Plum. Saffron. It is a little leathery, very sweet, quite spicy. And of course there's some agarwood in there. I think there's some oud, as per the name. You do have some other florals in here, like I think rose and perhaps lily of the valley or something, but overall it's sweet and spicy. Definitely has a little bit of a dark woodiness in the background. It is not a skanky oud at all. This is a classy, elegant oud. The fruitiness of the fragrance makes it so luxurious. It's so opulent. And it's a little bit smoky too. I think there's some incense in here as well. Spicy, woody, fruity, sweet, a little smoky. But this is good. And you would think that a scent profile like this would probably be a monster. Not really. And honestly, I would not want this fragrance to be super, super strong. I think it would just become obnoxious. I gave it a few wearings and I could smell it around me the entire time, maybe about 8 hours or more. Again, like the others, not going to be a beast. It's going to leave a trail, but it is not going to project all the way out and fill up a room because the concentration is quite dense. So it's going to sit closer to you. And I think that works in its favor. This is something you want to get closer to. Oud du jour, oud of the day. I love this. I cannot wait till it cools down, which is going to be quite a few months until I can bust this one out more often, but been loving this. That is my take on the fragrances that I've received from Amouroud. Amouroud, thank you so much for your generosity. Again, those of you who want to check these out, you can use the code STAYFRESH20 for the original and the White Woods collection. That's going to save you roughly 40 bucks off of the price, I think. If you want to check out Tea Rose, you can use STAYFRESH10 to get 10 bucks off that. If you want a beautiful fresh rose fragrance. Once again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, would love to have you back for more videos. If you made it this far, why would you not subscribe? I hope you would have seen something that you enjoy. So consider doing it so you can come back and we can keep this connection going. And if you want to keep this connection going on a much deeper level, if you want to support me and what I'm doing here, talking in front of this camera, trying to share my passion with you and wanting to have more time and energy to do that, then you can head over to my Patreon, which is linked down below. Join the Fresh fam, become a member, and we'll get to know each other a little better through various perks that I have set up. And we have ways of conversing more intimately with a whole dedicated chat room for just the members of the Fresh fam. We're going to do some live Q&As, things like that. And I have some content that is exclusive to Patreon, some tutorials I do every month that you can only get as a member there. So, but hope to see you as a part of the fam. Again, link down in the description. To those of you who are subscribed to this channel, the Fresh Squad, thank you all. Really appreciate you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.